I hesitate to bring this up, but you are a two-time WrestleCrap Gooker Award winner. If you've ever been on the WrestleCrap thing,
I love the wrestle crap.
I
I
love
love
the rest.
everything
I
about it.
love WrestleCrap.
So to be included in that, hey man, my thought is it must have been good enough for them to keep watching. They didn't turn the channel. So that kind of stuff doesn't bother me at all because they watched,
Yeah.
whether they liked it or not, they watched and I got that TV rating.
So the first one, I don't know why it won. I thought it was quite funny because this was actually still when I was sort of coming in and out of watching it, and you were Vince McMahon's son originally. Do you remember who came to you first with the storyline?
Yeah, Bruce Pritchard told me at 3:30 that afternoon. Um, I talk about it in my book, which we'll chat about later.
Mm.
And he told me at 3:30, he goes, "I need your phone." And I go, "No." He goes, "Please give me your phone. You're going to like what happens after." I go, "Okay." I give him my phone. He goes, "You're the son." And I go, "What?" He goes, "You're the son. You're being revealed tonight as the son. We need to sneak you under the ring right now." And this was 3:30 in the afternoon. The show didn't start till 8. He goes, "You're going to hide under there. I'll bring your gear bag under there. You'll change under there. And we're off to the races." I said, "All right. Can I text one person? You can watch me send the text. I want to text my dad just to come to the show tonight with my grandpa." And he goes, and he watched it. I said, "Hey, Dad, could you please bring Grandpa to the show tonight? And it's going to be a really special night." And that's all I said. And it was the coolest thing ever. Like, it was in my hometown. It's just awesome.
Did they? If Bruce Pritchard, it wasn't a camera phone, was it? Because if you give a camera phone to someone who said, "I'll be back with this in a minute,"
Yeah, you can't really trust that, right? um, it's and it showed how much they wanted to keep it a secret. I mean, the boys didn't know. I literally snuck under the ring. I was under there for like 5-6 hours because it was the last segment of the show too.
What did you have for entertainment? I mean, did it at least give you a bucket for the, in case you were
That
caught short?
was like my one word. I was like, man, if I have to use the bathroom. So like, I mean, I had I had Gatorade bottles under there and water bottles if I had to piss, but if I had to go the other one, it's going to be an interesting night.
Did you know what was going on above you? I mean, I suppose you would know because you can hear perfectly under.
No, at TVs, I would always have a monitor under there.
Oh right.
I could actually see what was going on. I would have a headset to talk to Vince and the producers in the truck at the TV shows, live events. It was just me under a ring.
Do you remember when it started going slightly off the rails when the Soundman wouldn't leave?
I thought that was the greatest thing ever. I thought that was just. I was like, they're not going to be able to get him out. They're not. This isn't going to work. And it was just the cool man. I was like, this might mess everything up, but it could be the best way to mess everything up. So it was awesome.
Do you remember? Because I specifically remember that when they said everybody who is extreme must leave now, and then just Sandman's just there, just going, what's going on here? Just loving life.
Yeah, it was literally just to get him out of the ring.
So where was it going afterwards then? Like how many? Was it all just like for backstage skits, or what was the end goal gonna be?
So the original end goal that I heard afterward, later, this was just a couple of years ago, I heard once they started getting into it, they were going to do Vince versus Finley at Mania. Obviously, that didn't happen. It ended up being Bradshaw and Finley, but yeah, that would have been a crazy Mania match. That's for sure.
Would it have been like Rey Mysterio and Eddie Guerrero
For custody of me? That's like the thing everyone says. Remember, he goes, "You're Vince's son." I was like, "No, guys, I was like revealed as I was Finley's son," but okay, it still works, and it's still like that's part of me. And if that's what you want to remember, awesome. But it's just, man, that was such a cool time in my career because the 15th anniversary of Raw, that episode, I opened the show I had 3 segments during the show, including posing with Hulk Hogan. And then I closed the show. The ending shot of the 15th anniversary is me pouring beer on Mr. McMahon with Stone Cold Steve Austin and Triple H. It's the coolest thing ever.
Dude, of all the legends that you've actually worked with, I don't think you worked with The Rock, but I know there's a funny story with The Rock. But who was the absolute best? Like Mick Foley, Steve Austin, Hulk Hogan. You must have like a couple of good stories with them.
Hulk Hogan, I talk about this in the book. Hulk Hogan didn't want to rip his shirt that night. And I was very, very upset because I was all set to rip my shirt like Hulk Hogan. But I still have the coolest picture of us two hulking up, posing in my office. And that makes my night. I never had a bad time with any of the legends, in all honesty. Like, they were all awesome. And they were all there to do their job.
Well, speaking of the ultimate WWE legend, Vince McMahon, how sort of hands-on was he in... I don't know if he was like hands-on with like creating the character or, you know, how to portray yourself on screen, but did he take like a special interest in you when you were, quote-unquote, his son?
Something I regret is, like, you know, when we were doing pre-tapes and there was downtime, never asking him more questions, like more, not just personal questions, but like business things. Like, hey, man, how did you decide on Caesar's Palace for WrestleMania 9? Or, hey, Rick Rude's tights. Was that him or was that your guys' call? Like, all that like random stuff I never asked him. And I really regret that I didn't, because I feel like 5-year-old Dylan Postel would have loved to know some things. And like, but it would never been like, hey, man, how was the gate for WrestleMania 10? I don't care about that. I want to know why Rick Rude put Ultimate Warrior on his butt. That's what I wanted to know. Like,
when did you put the fur on Giant Gonzalez's like big spray outfit thingy? When was the fur underpants going on?
I want to know where that outfit is and how we can get, like, that has to be somewhere in the. I would hope that's somewhere in the warehouse.
Did you bear witness to any of Vince McMahon's like famous idiosyncrasies? Like, you know, you didn't sneeze in front of him or anything.
No, none of that. And that's the sneezing one is insanity to me. Like, how that, like, how in his mind that's not being able to control your body. What? No, that's just a sneeze, Vince. That's just a bodily function that happens.
I wonder, like, if he like really beats himself up when he needs a shit.
Oh, I see him loving. I see himself loving, like, taking a real good shit.
Do you smell what the Rock is cooking?
Enough is enough! Rudy Poo Candy! I had him writhing in pain with my sharpshooter.
Rocky!
I am not a nugget!
Stick him straight up your candy ass!
I kicked your leg out of your leg.
The Rock has come back!